Hello friends, welcome back to my channel if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. My name is Rachel. I'm a part-time reseller on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And it is officially March, which means it's time for me to share with you my top 15 most profitable sales from February 2023. So if you want to see what I sold for the biggest profit all month, definitely stick around. So we are definitely getting down to the wire. As of the filming of this video, I am 35 weeks pregnant. So I'm going to share with you my top sales for February, and then I'm also going to kind of share with you what my plan is moving forward. Obviously, I am physically coming to a point where reselling has become a challenge. And then after the baby comes, of course, there will be some, transition period. So I want to keep you guys updated. But for now, I want to talk about what sold for the most money this month. So if you're a reseller, hopefully this helps you kind of see what's selling for me, what's working for me. So you can be on the lookout for the same or similar items if you're sourcing, thrifting, whatever. So make sure you're subscribed if you like reseller content. I will continue to post videos as long as I can. Drop me a like if you find this helpful, and we are going to get right into it. So I'll post over here. I'll go number 15 to number 1, and then I'll tell you all the other life updates later. So number 15, and I never did end up finding the style name of these shoes. I have no idea what they are, but they were by Tory Burch. They were these strappy heels. They were nude with silver. They weren't in the greatest shape. They weren't in the worst shape, but they were $5.99 at Goodwill. So I picked them up. $52 on Poshmark. It was an offer, so the buyer got the discounted shipping. So $5.99 into $52. Number 14. This actually I sourced on Whatnot back when everybody was on Whatnot. I got it for $27. It's a Ramy Brook. I don't know if it was a dress or like a swim cover-up. I don't know. It seemed like very like high-end pool party-ish, but this finally sold. It did take a little while, but again, I listed it in probably September. It sold on Poshmark for $75. So $27 into $75, still a really great sale. I'm okay with that sitting. I would rather have the higher profit on that one. Number 13 came from my Helpsy Everlane box. I did an unboxing on this when I first got this box. This was the heavyweight uniform overshirt, and this was a men's. So that box was from Helpsy, and it was a mix of men's and women's, all new with tag or new without tag. That one sold in about 3 weeks for $45 on eBay. My cost of goods was $13.50 per item. Then from my Boutique by the Box Prana box, this was a pair of the Hallie pants, which if you saw that video, I got a whole lot of Hallie pants, lots of duplicates in that box. This was just one pair. This was a size 10 short. Cost of goods $8, sale price $40 on eBay. Number 11 was a Goodwill, Number 11 was an Uptown Cheapskate find. This was the brand Floriat, Floriat? I don't know. It's sold at Anthropologie. My average cost of goods, when I do Uptown Cheapskate, I average the cost per item. So my average cost of goods for that trip was $6.76. I think that was when their stuff first went on clearance, and it was maybe 50 or 60% off that day. This was a size 8 petite. It was brand new with tags, and it sold after about 5 weeks for $57 on Poshmark. Then I had these are pants, men's pants. The brand Reese, I think is how you say it. This was from a Quick Lots box I opened up right before Christmas. And the Quick Lots boxes, if you've watched any of those that I've done, they're so random. So it's all like Nordstrom, I think Nordstrom or similar, right? Merchandise. And it's such a random mix of men's, women's, whatever. These were new without tag, and they did end up selling almost, I would say, 10 weeks, 10, 11 weeks, but they did sell for $58 on Poshmark. Then I had these Sorel boots, and actually these probably would have sold a lot sooner, but for whatever reason, they like were not listed, and only I noticed them sitting there. I can see my shoe rack from over here. I noticed them sitting there, and I'm like, that's crazy, that those Sorel boots haven't sold. They've been sitting here all winter, and so I went to look up in my list perfectly to relist them, like delist and relist and refresh the listing. And then I realized that they were not listed anywhere. So I don't know how that happened. Every once in a while, it doesn't happen to me often, but every once in a while I'll end up doing that by accident. So I've technically had them since June, but they sold after only being listed for like a week. Now they were a size 6.5, so a little smaller size. I did end up taking an offer on eBay, but they sold for $40 plus shipping on eBay. I had originally paid $6.99 at Goodwill. So probably would have seen those in a much sooner what sold video had I actually had them listed. So that's my bad. Number 8 was this wrap dress from the brand Kiana. This was also from a Quick Lots box. So it was a random item, but the brand Kiana is it's a plus size brand. Apparently it's sold at Nordstrom, but this one sold in just 2 weeks for my full asking price of $42.99 on eBay. Another item from my Prana box, these were the Brian pants. So these were men's. There were a few men's items in the box. Majority were women's, but these pants were men's, size 30, $8 cost of goods, sold on eBay for $44.99. Number 6 was, and this is a terrible picture I have here. I don't know what happened to my main photo, but it like posted with not the main photo and it sold that way, so it's stuck that way forever. This was a poncho, an Eileen Fisher merino wool like poncho sweater, so it just like went over the head and had like no sleeves. But it was a $7 Goodwill pickup. It was brand new with tags, and it sold after 10 days for $48.99 on eBay. I think I got an offer on that one, if I remember correctly. Number 5 was a Coach bag that I picked up at Goodwill. Boy, this is rare that I do this. Well, okay, lately it's been rare that I go to Goodwill at all, but I paid $15.99 for this Coach bag at Goodwill based on comps. Normally, when Goodwill wants that much money for a bag, it's rare I will pick it up. But this particular style, it's the Chelsea Legacy Signature Carryall. And they were selling pretty high. So I figured based on its condition, $15.99 was still a fair price, and I did pick it up. It did sit for 6 months. I've had this a while, but it did eventually sell for $97 on Poshmark, so still a significant profit. I think I listed it somewhere around $150 or $160, and I started kind of coming down on the price gradually, as I sometimes do with items that I price like way high like that. And I think the $97 was an offer on Poshmark, but at that point, 6 months in, $97 seemed like a fair price. It was still a wonderful profit for me, so I did go ahead and accept it. Number 4 was this Anthropologie dress, and I'm so excited today that I can report this one on the countdown this month. It was from that, and actually, spoiler alert, the next 3 items are from the same box. So I got a Helpsy box, and it was the New with Tag Fundamentals box, and it was like the luckiest box I've ever gotten from Helpsy. I was so very excited with the contents, and I knew that a lot of the stuff in there was worth some pretty good money. So the next 3 items are all from this box. My average cost of goods from this box was $5.88. This is the first one that sold. I thought this was going to be the most profitable thing in that box, and there's still 2 other things that sold for higher. This was the Anthropologie Giotti was the brand, but it was sold at Anthropologie. It was new with tag from Anthropologie. It was a maxi dress in a size 16, and it's sold on Poshmark for $100. I had it listed a lot higher. I had it listed for like $170, I think I started off with. Got a ton of interest. I got a ton of likes, a ton of lowball offers. And then finally, We ended up at almost 2 months, and somebody offered me $100 and I just took it. So I maybe could have got more if I held out, but I thought $100, $588 into $100 was more than fair. And so I went ahead and took the offer, and now I don't have to see it popping up in my news feed that somebody liked it like 18 times a day, because I swear, like, it got so much attention, it just took a minute to actually get a buyer. So that's actually the same with this next piece. This is from the same box. This was the Hatch maternity swimsuit. So the style was Antigua Mailot, I guess. It was a size small, same box. This one I listed, I think, at 140, and then it got a ton of likes, no buyers. Somebody finally offered me 100. I went ahead and took it. So those two are tied, but they're from the same box. $200 sales from the same Helpsy box. You guys, that's unheard of. But hey, I'm not complaining. I am so not complaining. Next one from on the countdown is from the same Helpsy box. This was the Mara Hoffman swimsuit. So this one sold after about 6 weeks. This one was a $78 offer on eBay. So the buyer paid $78 plus shipping. This one got a good amount of interest as well, not as much as the other two, but I think that one was an offer, so I went ahead and took it. So I'm excited to report those 3 sales. And the number one most profitable sale for February 2023 is actually from a Quick Lots box. And I ordered 3 of these Quick Lots boxes. The third one that I received by far was my favorite. It had a lot of formal dresses, but a lot of high sticker price formal dresses. So this was the brand La Femme, which must be a formal brand. I've never heard of it, never thrifted it. This was a black maxi dress, size 18, and my average cost of goods on that box was $4.72. It sold in 6 weeks for $202 on Poshmark. So crazy profit margin. I think that entire box only cost me, what, $300? I'll have to look and see what the total cost was on that box. But I mean, that one dress probably paid for a significant amount of the entire box. So that was a fantastic sale. February was not quite as good for me as January, but it was still pretty good. So I definitely can't complain, which leads me into talking about what is in store for March. So my due date for baby is April 11th. As of today, I am 35 weeks pregnant. And so that will, that'll mean some changes here coming up to my due date and my delivery and the birth of our first baby. So the strategy is right now loosely, because you know what? I've never been a mom before. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to be able to commit to. Let's be honest. So in the next couple of weeks, I am going to finish up my last couple of mystery boxes. Flat lays have not been very fun. And I like the way my floor looks. You know, I posted on Instagram about doing flat lays, and thank you for the suggestions of getting a table and a whiteboard and all that. I really like my floor. We installed this really nice wood floor with the purpose of me doing flat lays on it. So I'm not investing in any additional equipment or materials. I'm going to just do what I can while I can. But that being said, my physical ability to photograph and list is probably going to drop for a little while. So I will be relying heavily on inventory that I already have. So the good news is, and if you've been following me, you know this, I haven't had a ton of inventory come in this whole pregnancy. I haven't really been thrifting because that's been physically demanding. So I've been ordering a lot of stuff to come to my house. And now it's just going to be a matter of delisting, relisting, sharing, sending offers. I do use List Perfectly to catalog all of my listings and cascade them out to all of the different platforms. Definitely eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. When I delist on Poshmark, I delist on all the others as well. And I refresh everything all at once. So that's going to kind of be my strategy, is just to keep the old inventory in rotation. If I do get anything else, it's probably going to be thrifting. And I say that even though I might not mean it. You know, there's always cool boxes dropping that I want to try out. But, you know, I think thrifting, once I'm physically able to, is going to be a great way for me to get out of the house again. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of thrifting, but in no sort of like, I'm not going to hold myself to numbers or anything like that. I do intend to continue the YouTube videos. I've been posting videos 3 times a week. I'm going to do what I can when I can. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I do have a lot of 90-day updates that are due to come up pretty soon here. And I plan on, even if I'm not unboxing, to still give you the 90-day updates as they come due as much as I possibly can. As always, I appreciate you following my journey. I'll be here as long as I can. And I'll give you guys updates as they come, since we're getting down to the wire here. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see the future videos. If they become inconsistent, you probably will realize I've given birth or gone into labor. So just stay tuned and just hang in there with me. And yeah, we'll move forward however it ends up happening. So I appreciate you watching. As always, drop me a like on the way out. And that is it for today. I will catch you all in the next video.